Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great week last week and are crushing the week this week. We finally got a little bit of break in the rain, and we're getting some sunshine, so finally getting able to get some work done, and I'm hoping that we're going to finish on time this week. That would be amazing. I have been out on jury duty all Monday and Tuesday, and I'll be back in there on Wednesday and Thursday, but we're going to bring you a show on Wednesday. So let's get into it. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to be I want to make sure that I'm thinking of your time. I want to make sure that you know that I'm here for you, and I want to help you. And so I want to be respectful. I want to guide you. I want to lead you the best way that I can, but I know that we can't do that without each other. And the support that you give me on the show helps me do that. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's dive in. I want to talk about the 5 whys today. And if you're having an issue in your company, I'm going to tell you this is how you fix it right here. This is how you're going to fix it. You're going to find the solution. You're going to put an end to it today. So let's talk about the 5 whys. What are the 5 whys? Why do we go through the 5 whys? Why do we do what we do? Let's talk about the 5 whys. So here's the breakdown of the 5 whys. It is an analysis tool to figure out the root cause, right? It's a way that we're going to go down like below the surface, figure out the problem and what is really causing it. Because if you stop at the first answer, you're not going to get the real answer. You're going to get an answer, but it's just to cover it up, right? You're not figuring out the real answer. So the whole preface or premise to the 5 why thing is like you're going to ask why 5 times or as many as you need to get to the source, right? So this started back, Toyota's production system made this. You've heard Mark Bradley talk about this a little bit. He brought it into the landscaping world pretty heavily. But I want to make sure that you know what it is and how you can actually use it in your business. And most of our headaches don't come from just the one mistake being made. They come from the systems that are broken that no one actually fixes or questions. And so that's why I want to dive into what we're going to talk about today in the 5 whys and hopefully leave you walking away today with saying, hey, I learned something. This is actually good. I'm excited to actually implement this into my own company. So let's walk about let's go through an example if you want to. You want to go through an example. We have crews showing up late to job sites every day. You have crews that you want them to be at their job site by 8 and get production started for the day, but they just don't do it. They're getting there at 8:20, 8:30. It's like, what is happening? That's so annoying. You're losing. You got 4 guys we'll do 5 for easy math. 5 guys on the job site, right? Actually, 3 for easy math. 5 guys on the job, 3 guys on the job site. My goodness. Keep up. 3 guys on the job site. You're 20 minutes late. That's an hour of unbillable time you lost in that 20 minutes right there. You do that every day of the week. That's 5 hours a week you're losing. And you're billing at $120 an hour, $150 an hour. You're talking $500, $600, $700 a week that you're losing off of a 20-minute mistake. So what are we going to do? What are most owners going to do in the situation? They're going to sit here and they're going to be like, all right, why are you late? I'm going to write you up. Why are you getting, like, I'll get upset a little bit. You're going to get a warning. What else can I do? I don't know what to do. You're not fixing anything like that, right? And this is me speaking to the choir here because I go through these own things in my own business. That's why I want to share them, talk about them. Let's walk through this, okay? And you say the 5 whys. I want to break this down for you on how you can actually use the 5 whys. What does that look like? What does the 5 why process look like? Why? The first question is going to be, why are the crews late to the job sites, right? Because that's what we're going to ask. 20 minutes late. Why are the crews late to the job sites? Why are you getting there late? It doesn't make sense to me. Why are you getting there late? Well, their answer is going to be, well, we're not getting out of the yard until 7:40, and it's a 40-minute drive, so we're getting there at 8:20, right? Well, why do you leave the yard late? Okay, so now we're going to break it down from that. We don't take that leave the yard late as the real answer. There's other things lying beneath that. Why do you leave the yard late? Because they're not ready to roll out by 7 a.m. So you need the crew out the door by 7 to get to the job by 7:40 to be working at 8 o'clock, right? Because it's a 40-minute drive. They're not ready to roll out by 7. Well, why are they not ready by 7? Okay, so let's break it down again. This isn't complex. It's just a process to work through. Why are they not ready by 7? Well, because they're still loading tools and supplies at 6:55. They're not ready. They're not getting their trucks and they're ready to roll out at 6:55. They're still loading and getting supplies prepped. Well, why are they loading tools at 6:55? Right? Let's go a little bit deeper. Because nothing is preloaded the night before. All right, we're getting close. Excuse me. We're getting very close to the bottom here. Because this is things that we did in our own business, right? I've done this year. We've actually started loading and unloading at nighttime for this exact reason. Because nothing's getting preloaded the night before. Why isn't it loaded the night before? Because there's no checklist or process that enforces it. Guess who that falls back on? Dun, dun, dun. The leader. The leader, the manager of that crew. Maybe it's the owner. Maybe you're a one-man band. Maybe you have, that wouldn't make sense. Maybe you're an owner with 3 or 4 field guys, right? You don't have any managerial staff in place. It's on you, buddy. So what's the real issue here? It's not lateness, right? The issue is not you being late. The issue is we don't have the system in place for the night before. You are now being late because of that system that is failing, right? It's a system that's not even existent yet. So instead of yelling at your guys for being late, here's what you do. You fix a checklist, and you put it in their truck or at the container or at their shop, and you have to do that every single day before you leave that night. Like, that's what fixes it. That's what scales it, and that's what aligns with your core values, right? Like, safety, quality, reliability are our core values. That ensures we're safe leaving in the mornings because we're not rushing to get out the door. It ensures quality because we have the right tools. And it ensures reliability because we are there on time when we say we're going to be there. We're not running late and running crazy. So that's just an example, right? But I want to continue diving into the 5 whys. That's a real field example. You take your situation, you put it in there, and you do it. Why do most of the guys in our industry stop solving at the second why, right? Like, they only go 1 or 2 deep. Well, they say the crews leave late because they're lazy or they don't care. Then what? We're just going to sit here and babysit everyone and like accept the chaos that we're in? That doesn't make any sense. Like, no, I'm not a babysitter. That's not what we do here. We put landscapes in the ground, we build people, we grow people, we run a great business, right? Thinking like that, putting blame, shifting blame to them, saying they're lazy, they don't care, that's so emotional. You have to remove emotions from business, right? That's emotional thinking, and it keeps you stuck where you're at. You will not grow. You will not grow if you maintain that mentality. You have to go into what real leadership means. And that's asking yourself, the owner or the leader, what did I fail to set up that allowed the problem to happen? What did I do wrong that allowed this to happen? Because, again, every move we make is on our core values in our company. I have to embody those. If we don't dig into these problems, we don't care about improving them. It's plain and simple. Like, I'm the one that made the issue. I didn't create the system or the process, so that is on me. Once you have that in place, then you switch over to performance with employees. If they're not performing or something like that, that's a whole different ballgame, right? But as it sits now, there's no process, so you can't get onto them for underperforming because they have no process in place. Now it's about to change, though. Like, let's dive in here. Let's dive in. How can we change this? How can you train the guys to actually use the 5 whys? You don't just use it yourself. You train your team to actually do it, right? I don't come in here and say, all right, I'm just going to do it every day. I'll load up. I'll get us out the door, blah, blah, blah. You have to start asking your team to use the 5 whys in their day-to-day jobs. Start simple. You can ask 5 whys on your Monday morning meetings, right? For us, we do morning huddles on Mondays, 7 to 8. We have gone back and forth between all hands and division specific. I'm still figuring out the best way to necessarily approach that. on how we split and things, because I don't want to waste other divisions' time on a division-specific issue. So we're working through that. But we have Monday morning huddles, and you need to ask your crew leads to bring one problem a week and walk through it live together, right? Because there is a problem. You have a problem a week. It's easy. It's easy. We fight fires. We put out problems, right? We fix problems. What does a business do? We fix problems for people. We solve problems. So what's the problem that you have in your business, and let's figure out how to actually go through it and figure it out. So you can challenge it. You can gamify it, right? Who can identify the root cause the fastest? Who came up with a real fix, not a Band-Aid on it? Don't put a Band-Aid on things. What is the actual root cause of the issue? And guess what? You can give them a reward. You can give them small gift cards. You can give them shout-outs in the company. That's how you build teams that actually think critically, because you have to incentivize a little bit. And that's me talking to myself here. I'm like, I'm doing this week. Like, as I sit here and tell this to you guys, I'm like, this is stuff that we have to be doing. I hope you go do it. And I hope you tag me and you say, look, man, that podcast, it brought the heat. It made sense, but I can actually take action on it. Go get a gift card. I'm going to go get gift cards today. We're going through this on Monday next week. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to have the system in place with the Gamify system here with the gift cards. And then we're going to see how things actually start growing. Like $10 a week. Like, I'll spend $500 a year to get problems fixed, because these are problems. Again, remember, if the showing up late is the problem, that 20 minutes over the course of 1 week costs you $600. We're going to spend $500 a year if we did $10 gift cards to fix a bunch of problems every week, right? You have to stop thinking about what things cost you and where you are investing your money, because you're going to save. We're doing a podcast that you're going to get to hear soon with Matt Krinkloff, Greenius, where the money that Greenius Training saves you and your staff versus what you spend on it it's not even compared. It's not in the same level playing field. You got to put something like this in place. I am super pumped to do it. So as we also grow, we're trying to gamify our accountability across the board, right? We need to figure out every time there's a mishap, we don't have glasses on, we don't have earphones in, we don't clean up the way we're supposed to do, trucks are dirty, we start late. Don't just write people up and get onto them, right? Here we go. Have the team, have your guys do a 5 whys exercise as part of the process to fix this issue. Instead of saying and telling them, hey, you messed up, it's like, hey, let's find what broke and how do we fix it together? And then the person that fixes this the fastest actually gets rewarded, right? And so then you can keep score throughout the year. Number of root causes solved by each team this month. And you can break this down into divisions. You can break it into individuals, however you want to do it. It turns into a game, but you don't lose the standard of what you do. The standard is you figuring out the system here, why the system failed, or if there's not a system, how do we get the system actually put in place? There are a few key things that we're going to stick to, and that for us is our core value. It's safety, quality, reliability. We hold the line on that no matter what. That is what we do. We do not drop standards for that ever. Under no circumstances do we do that. So this week, right, and this is our Wednesday little short show here. Pick me up, get you through the week, right? Here's your challenge for the week. Pick a recurring problem in your business and apply the 5 whys to it. It's very simple. It's what we just talked about. Rewind 13 minutes. You can hear it again. Write it out and don't stop until you find something that you can control, build, or systemize. That's where you get to the root. When you don't stop asking why until you find an issue that you can actually control the outcome. You can build something to fix it, or you can systemize it. That's where you gain leverage. That's where you start to see true growth in the company, is when you get these things dialed in, figured out. And look, if you want to do this and you want to figure it out, I'm going to build you some resources. I'm going to put it in the link below. And there's going to be some worksheets on here, some 5 why worksheets. They're going to be free to download. Go get them, use them. And if you like them, let me know. If you enjoy it, share it on your socials, right? We're trying to grow the show. We care about you and your participation in the show. We care about your support. And I want to make sure that you actually get value out of the show. So I'm going to have these 5 whys here for you to download. I highly encourage you to go do it. gamify the system. So you need maybe a week to 2 weeks to get this ingrained. Shoot me a message that you did it. Shoot me a message. We'll share it. Maybe we'll do a podcast. You do it and you say, man, this was amazing. Let's get those shows on. Let's get those stories on the show. That's how we grow. It's how we build businesses. It's how we build people. It's how we build and change our lives. I love you guys. I care about you guys. Short and sweet 15 minutes, but man, it was packed 15 minutes. I hope you got value. Take this action today, 5 whys. Go put it into action. And I hope that you can see true change. And I know that you will see true change if you actually do this and make the changes you need to. You can't just say, I figured out the 5 whys. If you don't implement it, there's no change. You'll hear that on another podcast to come here soon as well. So thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back and join us. Please use the 5 whys. I put them out here for you to use. Takes time to create. Takes time to get out here to where you can download them. Use them. I make them available. Use it. Grow. Don't just waste the resources there for you to actually make changes in your company. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a 5-star rating review if you don't mind. But without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this episode up. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.